You know the exact feeling we're talking about, right? You wake up, the sun is shining, and you check your sleep tracker. You've just hit that golden 8-hour mark. By all logic, your internal battery should be at 100%, and you should be totally ready to crush the day. But instead, that battery instantly plummets to 5%. Your head literally feels like it's filled with wet cement. You find yourself reaching for that second cup of coffee before you've even brushed your teeth, wondering why on earth you're still so exhausted despite doing everything right when it comes to your sleep.
Most people think the way to fix this is by adding more stuff to their routine. You know, pouring energy into the body with massive coffees, extra meals, or trendy new supplements. But honestly, doing that just leaves your brain feeling like it's swimming in gray sludge. The fatigue doesn't actually lift, you're really just masking it with caffeine jitters.
Here is the absolute game changer. This isn't a sleep problem at all. It's a maintenance problem. The real solution requires sweeping away all that constant consumption. Your body doesn't need another superfood smoothie. It needs the space to actually clear out the junk that's piling up inside your cells. True, deep-seated energy actually comes from what your body can subtract. So let's look at this hidden energy drain. Think of your body like a high-end restaurant kitchen. If the burners are always on and food is always flowing, if the chefs are constantly cooking, well, the cleanup crew can never get to work. The grease builds up, the cellular trash overflows, and eventually the whole kitchen just starts to fail. The night shift, where service stops completely and the crew works to restore pristine efficiency, is absolutely vital. If you never stop the service in your own body, the whole system just bogs down.
Which brings us to the cellular cleanup crew.
This literal biological inner cleansing is called autophagy. It's a process so incredibly critical that discovering how it works actually earned a Nobel Prize in 2016. Inside your cells, these microscopic recyclers called lysosomes act like little vacuums. They break down damaged parts before they become dangerous. Without this crew, broken proteins and faulty mitochondria just sit there like rusty engines, dragging your energy levels down no matter how much you sleep.
But here's the catch: the growth switch trap. Our constant modern grazing keeps a molecular pathway called mTOR, which is essentially the body's growth switch, permanently stuck on build mode. We accidentally sabotage this cleanup system from the moment we wake up. Every single late-night snack sends a signal that conditions are ripe for expansion. But when mTOR is active, it completely locks out AMPK, our low fuel sensor that actually triggers the internal cleanup crew. They literally cannot run at the same time. And when that cleanup crew is locked out because we never stop eating, you accumulate what scientists call zombie cells. Seriously, zombie cells. These are cells that refuse to die, but they aren't helping you out either. Instead, they just linger there, releasing inflammatory chemicals that drag your natural energy down, stiffen your joints, and cause that unexplainable brain fog. Your body is practically begging for a pause to clear these things out.
To flip the switch from tired to restored, you need metabolic silence. Studies show that giving your body a 12 to 16-hour break from food allows your insulin to settle down, wakes up that AMPK sensor, and triggers a metabolic handover from glucose to ketones. Now, if you push it to 24 hours, you hit peak autophagy. But even just that daily 12-hour gap is a massive step in regaining your metabolic flexibility.
Next up, upgrading your cellular engines.
Because cleaning out the trash is really only half the battle. The crucial point here is that after age 30, your mitochondrial capacity, those tiny engines powering your cells, drops by nearly 10% every single decade. If your engines are shrinking while the cellular trash builds up, there's no amount of sleep that will ever make you feel rested. We absolutely have to reverse this decline and rebuild those engines.
Longevity researchers fixed this engine decline with Zone 2 cardio to trigger mitochondrial biogenesis. That's just a fancy way of saying you are literally growing new, efficient powerhouses inside your cells. And no, you don't need soul-crushing sprints to do this. You just need to exercise at a steady effort, like a brisk walk. The golden rule is the talk test. Move at a pace where you can still hold a normal conversation, but you definitely couldn't sing a song. This builds a powerful aerobic base and protects your cells as you age.
Let's put this into practice with the two-step energy reset.
To stop feeling like a total zombie, you really just need 2 simple shifts. Step 1, find your pause by closing the kitchen early, ideally 3 hours before bed. This lets your insulin settle and allows that metabolic handover to actually begin. Step 2, find your zone 2 with 150 minutes of steady weekly movement, where you pass that talk test. This powerful combination clears the cellular debris and rebuilds your engines simultaneously.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to ask yourself if you're ready to honor your ancestral rhythms. Your body isn't begging for more stuff. It doesn't want more superfoods, more coffee, or more calories. It's simply asking for the space to finish its job. Are you finally ready to give it the metabolic silence it deserves? Let us know, and be sure to hit subscribe for more evidence-based strategies just like this one.